at the end of this tractate of Ta'anit, we finish as usual in the Gemara and the Talmud with explaining and enlarging the text of the Mishnah that was before us at the beginning of this chapter, when they had the text of what I call the Mishnaic text, and now we have the Talmud, which is what the rabbis in later times, after the Mishnah, in the times of the Talmudic scholars proper, what are called the Amoraim and Tanaim, Ervi Tanaim, when this, which is the most of that and other books of the Talmud, which is the work of the explaining, enlarging, and amplifying things that are written in the Mishnah. So the last paragraph of the Mishnah was about special days in the Jewish calendar, and they were except for the holidays that are written in the Torah and some holidays that we keep for other ways. There were two dates. One was a holiday. One was just a day that was chosen for reasons that had been explained later beforehand in the Gemara. In the day of the 15th day of the month of Av, as well as in Yom Kippurim, the Day of Atonement. On these 2 days, they had a special ceremony, and this ceremony was when the girls of Jerusalem, which was the capital and the biggest city, the girls of Jerusalem would go out of the city and go and dance in the vineyards. And it wasn't just a simple dance, but this was a dance, really a kind of a formal dance in which the girls are dancing and the boys are supposed to come and watch and make the choices mostly, because the day is a kind of there are big days in which there is a chance for the girls of Jerusalem. Some of them didn't find yet the right man, and vice versa. Many of the boys of Jerusalem who didn't find the right woman. It is a kind of a setting a date for not for singles, but just for the girls in general, the boys in general. They come and they meet in the vineyards of Jerusalem where the girls are dancing, and the boys are watching. In the description of the Mishnah, they said that the girls had special dresses. Which were the dresses? They wore only white dresses, not any other colors, which is, on one hand, it's a color of purity. It's also of simplicity, and it is mostly the white garment is something that should fit every girl in general. But these garments that they had, the dresses that the girls had, they didn't use for this ceremony their usual dresses, but each of them lent a dress from a friend. So all the dresses didn't belong to the girls who were wearing them, but there were dresses that they borrowed from their friends, and so, as will be just explained later, why it was done this way. So, as it was, usually, the girls who bought the dresses, usually they began, every girl that went to the dances bought a dress, and usually they bought the dresses in the same social circle, which is understandable. So so the rabbis taught us that the daughter of the king is borrowing the dress from the daughter of the high priest, which is in a certain way the next level in importance, socially speaking. The daughter of the high priest is borrowing a dress from the daughter of the deputy high priest. The daughter of the deputy high priest is borrowing from the daughter of the special priest that was in charge of speaking to the armies, which is a very specific role. And this priest was again an anointed priest that was going with the armies, speaking before the battle and trying to give them strength and faith. So this is an important position above that of simple priest. So this priest was just below in rank to the deputy high priest. And the daughter of the deputy high priest is borrowing from the daughter of simple priests. So there are priests, all, of course, in different levels, and these priests are again a group in themselves, which was considered a rank above all other people in the country. Of course, the ranking was not simple. There was a matter of some people were rich and some people were poor. Some people were scholarly and some were not. But there was a kind of a social grading, like of that's the closest that we have to any kind of a order of nobility, in which there are ranks of nobility. So these are the ranks of nobility until we go to the simple priests and all the other Jews. I mean, there were lots of people in that city that were not priests or anything like this. They were born from each other. I mean, the girls borrowed the dresses from one from another. So all the dresses there were borrowed dresses. So as said before, they are simple dresses. They have to be. They have to be because such dresses that are lent to others are not loaded with ornaments. And as they are white, they are simple, basically simple dresses. Whoever was the seamstress who made them. But basically they are simple dresses, and each of them is getting a dress from some friend, not her own dress. So the dresses possibly are, I suppose that the short girls didn't borrow the dresses from tall girls and vice versa, and fat girls didn't borrow it from very thin girls, and again vice versa. But they tried to match dresses, but it was not their dresses, and there was a reason for all of that. That the people that don't have a dress won't be ashamed. In this way, every girl is not wearing her own dress. Every girl is borrowing a dress. So that makes a kind of a feeling of unity among all the girls. All the girls are, with all the differences that they have between them, they are still, all of them are wearing the same dress, same color, and all of them are wearing somebody else's dress, which means that nobody is ashamed now. Even the poorest, they borrow it from somebody that has a dress. So they are not ashamed more than whoever is the high and mighty and rich girls. So now they say there that all the dresses had to be immersed in what we call purifying water, in either a mikveh or anything which is a sometimes in a river or in the sea, which to purify them from ritual, what we may call ritual defilement. The ritual defilement, the most usual ritual defilement, is that a menstruating woman is for that time considered impure ritually, and so whatever she touches becomes in different levels impure. So, in order to have this gathering, not to be just a social event, because this social event has all the time a connotation of something which is supposed to be higher and more spiritual, and it is not just a matter of just matching by chance boys and girls. So the idea is that it should be pure, and therefore all these dresses have to be also pure. And Rabbi Elazar adds to it, it's not only when they bore a dress that somebody wore yesterday, but even if the dresses were folded down and they are put in a shelf or in a box, still nobody knows whether they are completely pure. So in that again, there is something that makes all the dresses and all the girls feel to be in the same level. All of them are wearing the white dresses, white pure dresses for both of these events. And then, as I said, the girls went out to dance in the vineyards, but it is not a girls' event. That as they say here, Tana, the scholar, the master said, a person who didn't have a wife would go there. It was not a girls' event, just girls with girls. It wasn't also a kind of a show for everybody that wants to see dancing girls. It was, in a way, almost a semi-formal meeting place in which the girls on one hand and the boys on the other hand were meeting each other. So the boys that wanted to marry, and the girls that went there were clearly unmarried girls, not married ones. So unmarried girls and unmarried boys were in a way meeting in this way. And as the Mishnah says, the girls were also sometimes, advertising themselves. They were speaking about what their qualities. So when they wanted to have the boys getting interested in a very serious way in them, so they would say what they have, what qualities they have that are not always obvious. So the rabbis taught us in a larger version of the Mishnah. The beautiful girls in that crowd, what would they say? They would say to the boys in general, look for beauty. Because a woman is only for beauty. So try to find beautiful girls. You want company, you want companionship, you want to be, so to say, to be in love with a woman. So try to find the beautiful girls. So this was what the beautiful girls were saying aloud or quietly to the boys around them. Possibly the boys could understand it on their own, but we speak there about beautiful girls that are just beautiful girls. So they may be poor or rich, or from very very high ranking families, or from lower families, but they are beautiful girls, and they say that they are in a way advertising the beauty. On the other hand, those girls that were from specially high families, from the good families, see, from with what I call it, some kind with a pedigree for them. These girls, they would say, what would they say? They would say, look for the family, which means don't see how the girl looks like, but look for what family the girl comes, because they say a woman is only for children, and for children, the question whether a girl is sometimes whether she is white or whether she is beautiful doesn't count so very much. This kind of pedigree, this kind of being coming from a noble family is something that is hereditary. So if you want to care about what kind of children you will have, you have to marry a wife from a good family. So this gives you a chance to have better children in any level you ask for. Now, the ugly girls, what would they say? There were also girls that didn't have any kind of, they didn't come from high families, and they were not beautiful. They were just simple girls. So what would the simple girls say? They also had to say something, and so they would say, tell the boys, take us for the sake of heaven, which means take us because you have to get married. So you have to marry. Don't look at how we look or what we are, but take it. You need a wife, and that is for the sake of heaven, which is basically the commandment for every man to marry, to have a family and so on. So take us because that is asked from you to do, and please bedeck us with gold. I mean, in a way that is to say what is said in other places, that if a girl is not beautiful, it's because of poverty, because of circumstances. So if the girl will be given enough from dresses to other kinds of treatment, everybody will become more beautiful. So say, if you will treat us properly, you'll see that you will become much more beautiful. So if you do it, not just marry us as a kind of an unpleasant duty, but if you marry us with goodwill and you will pay for it and try to put an effort in giving us a good life, you'll also see girls that are much more pleasing to the eye and to the ear than others. So, now, from here, we come to the end, just few lines which are the end of this tractate, which is an attempt to make it to make everything in a higher level. So this tractate is now finished by a saying that is of a different level. We were speaking now about something which is, all in all, even though it was a ceremony and it was accepted and not only condoned, but also really it was done by the authorities, by the people of Israel, those dances. But these dances are dances that are for meeting in the level of human life, of boys, girls, marriages. All of them are very important, but we want to raise the whole thing into a higher level, and to raise it in a way, something like a jump, which is quite common in the Talmud, where the text doesn't stay in the same level. We have a text that deals, and we were dealing now with very mundane subjects. I mean, beautiful girls, girls from good families, and less beautiful girls, and what they say to the boys, and how the boys will react, possibly. All this is one level. And now he says, said Ula of Biri, in the name of Rabbi Elazar, in the times to come, in the great day of redemption, which is what I call the beginning of the world to come. Then the Almighty is going to make a dance for all the tzaddikim. A dance there is not just a dance. He gathers all the tzaddikim and they come together as a big circle. It contains all of them. And he, Almighty, is sitting among them, or in the middle of them, in paradise. And then there will be not just having this kind of a circle, this kind of which is a semi-dance. It's a dance in a circle, but it is not a dance. It is a meeting again, a seeing, but in a much higher level. In this world, even the tzaddikim, some of them have had glimpses of the divine. Some of them are full of faith, but they didn't have a direct perception. And that time is the time of revelation. And revelation means that people will be then able to see, to perceive it in a way in a way that is not less than the way that they perceive now the commonplace, the everyday events that they will see. So then they will every one of them can point with a finger and says, this is he. So all the time God was there in the heaven, mysterious and unrevealed. Now every one of those tzaddikim, this is the big dance. So, which means in a certain way, it says the world is not the world to come begins or has the speak in this kind of a big dance also. It's a big dance in which so to say, all the righteous people are dancing around God, and they can then see and perceive, as it is written in the book of Isaiah, and they will say in that day, here is God, the one that we were hoping for, and that he really saved us, he redeemed us. This is God that we hoped for. Let us be glad and happy in his redemption, which is people will be able to say, this is God, not that, not a far away, but this, something that I can have, I can in a way point it with my finger, I can show that this is God, which is kind of an end to the not only to the story of the dances of the girls, but the story, it's an end of the whole tractate. In our world we are living with, hoping for, praying to God, but we never have a revelation. At the end of days, which is the end of this tractate, at the end of days there will be a time in which everything will be revealed, and then people will be able to make that's called the real big joy, which is a direct, natural way of having a real perception of what God is.